Huskers of Nebraska. Hi, everybody. Ron Franklin, and welcome again to Big Monday, brought to you by Bud Light. Well, the scenario is simple for the Kansas Jayhawks. They have a 2-game bulge in the Big 8 conference race, and right now an opportunity to become one of the #1 seeds in the NCAA tournament. But on the other side of the ledger for the Nebraska Cornhuskers, this is a ball club that is on a 6-game skid. They were 15-4 at one time this season, and then frustration set in with 6 straight losses. And a week ago today, Danny Nee came to practice. There was no team there to work out with him.
I was totally stunned. We didn't know what was going on. We had no idea that we had a serious problem, and that's my fault. When you're in charge and you're responsible, and you don't know that there is a problem, then you do have a big problem. And the problem's communication. The players said that I don't listen. I'm trying to listen better. I'm certainly capable of that, but it's perception of young people today. You know, it's a very fragile line there.
Larry Conley joins me on the telecast, and Larry, difficult indeed to run into this kind of situation.
Well, it is, and Danny Nee shouldn't take all the blame for this. I think whenever you have a communication problem, it works both ways. Yes, he's taken some of the blame, but he's been very honest and very forthright with the media and also about his players and talking to them about this problem. I think maybe the players ought to step up and assume some of that responsibility themselves. I talked to Jerron Boone before the game to get a comment. He says, we have no comment. The team's decided that.
So, the Nebraska Cornhuskers in town to take up the #5 ranked Jayhawks of KU. We'll be back with the starting lineups after this. Big Monday brought to you by Bud Light, and right now we can hardly hear ourselves think or listen to the producer at this juncture because the Jayhawks are about to be introduced here at Allen Fieldhouse. So the starting lineups for the Nebraska Cornhuskers under head coach Danny Nee: Strickland, Boone, Lou, Garner, and Moore. And Jerron Boone, the senior at guard, he's got to step up big in this ball game tonight because they need some leadership and somebody to help get them out of the woods and get over this 6-game drought that they have had so far. For Roy Williams and the Kansas Jayhawks, Haas, Vaughn, Pierce, LaFrance, and Pollard. And Rafe LaFrance has just been wreaking havoc in just about every category, offensively and defensively, that he does. He had an excellent game the last time that these two clubs squared off. Only a sophomore out of Monona, Iowa. The last time they met, January the 28th up at Lincoln, 88-73. Kansas winning big. Paul Pierce in that one, the talented freshman, 25 points. He was 5 of 7 from 3-point range. And for the friends, as we mentioned, he had an excellent ball game last time out. He was 17 and 12. And rebounding in that ball game, Kansas won that handily. Danny Nee, and you have to say the embattled head coach of the Nebraska Cornhuskers, because the last week or so has been extremely difficult on him and on his staff.
Ron, it's been a very difficult situation for him. And, of course, Roy Williams' club is playing about as well as anybody in the country right now. It was his club that actually started Nebraska on that losing streak with that first loss. And
That's right.
They've lost 6 in a row now. And, well, how would you like to try to turn it around and come into Lawrence and play?
So we jump it up, and it's going to be Nebraska who will control. Lou brings it into the forecourt.
Oh, an excellent freshman for this Nebraska club, and Kansas on top with a man-to-man.
Inside, Moore back to Boone. Garner goes back to Lou. Garner has it knocked away. It's on the floor, and the first turnover of the night. Caused by Vaughn, and Haas is right there.
Nice pass inside.
Lou very quick.
They'll push.
One of the situations, Larry, that we will talk about as this ball game goes on tonight is Garner in and out and unlucky on that shot. is the fact that everybody talks about is the Achilles heel for KU, their outside shooting. Well, when you've got that kind of strength to get the ball inside, I'm not necessarily sure that you need that good a perimeter shooting, do you?
Like that.
So the ball will stay with KU. Garner, the junior out of Louisiana, the junior college player of the year last year. As that shot well off the mark, and here comes Lou, and this is exactly what Larry was talking about. He pushes it up, and Vaughn with the block. It'll stay with Nebraska, but the defensive play made by Vaughn.
You know, I was talking to Roy Williams today, and he was telling me, he says, you know, I've got the best set of guards in the country, and I'll tell you why. On defense, Vaughn is the best open court defender I've got, and Haas is the best at fighting through screens.
Well, just as you say that, they work the magic again, get the turnover, and they're pitching a shutout right now, 4-0.
Ron, I'll be interested to see how Nebraska reacts to this with all of the problems they've had in the last week. Can they battle back here and make it respectable and fight what I think is one of the 3 or 4 best teams in the country?
Strickland, Boone, Lou wanted to go inside to Garner. LaFrance all over him. Strickland, the southpaw. He'll put up the three-pointer, and he swishes it. So that'll quiet the crowd just a little bit.
I'll tell you what, when that went through, the net didn't even move. It went straight through.
We saw him during the shoot-around just do that a bunch of times over in the corner. He is very good from outside the arc.
Watch the cuts and the screens by Kansas. Nebraska in a man-to-man defense.
Well, the bouncer inside, and LaFrance, he has it blocked, and a jump ball is going to be called, and possession arrow says it stays with KU.
I think Moore got inside to block that one. Now watch the move down inside. LaFrance tries to go strong from the backside.
You're right, it was Moore who got a hand on it.
Pollard trying to work his way open on that baseline. Look at Vaughn's quickness.
You can see him come over to get the double on them. Won't go. Here comes Boone. Strickland quickly inside to Moore, and he wasn't looking for that pass. Kind of caught him around the shins.
Yeah, good point, Ron. I was going to say, that's a bad pass. Don't throw the ball at your player's feet. Good pass there.
LaFrance, 4 points for him.
Can Vaughn deliver a pass? I mean, that was terrific. Great lead.
Pierce working against Boone. Moore puts it on the floor, pulls up from 6 feet, off the mark, but it's Pierce on the rebound. And here come the Jayhawks.
John looked like he was going to put a saddle on there and try to ride Boone down the floor.
And inside, the call's going to be on Garner. Going to be a holding call on him.
Watch again down inside. Now here's the maneuvering going on down there. And you can see Pollard trying to get the better of it. And you see the foul committed by Garner. Mismatch right there. Garner doesn't have the size to keep up with Pollard.
So it's the first foul on him and the first team foul. Pierce, they take away the baseline, spins around, reverses it, and scores.
Nice smooth move. Watch Nebraska push. We got the 2 high-scoring teams in the Big 8 playing here tonight. You'll expect a game in the 80s or 90s.
Gardner, they get the double on him, and back out on top. Pierce could not stop, and he runs over Boone. First on him, and the team's first.
Ron, did you notice when they went to the double team, immediately when they went to the block, Pierce recognized that there was an opening. You're doubling down, somebody's got to be open. That's good anticipation. Good look by Pierce to get out there, even though he committed the foul.
Cincinnati possibly having a few more problems than they had anticipated tonight, but they also could be looking ahead to Thursday. Quick first step, Lou, high off the glass, can't get it to go. Moore comes away with a rebound, and now here's Boone. He will get the penetration, can't get it to go, and the quick outlet pass to Haas.
Terrific pass. You couldn't draw up that fast break any better than from beginning to end. Watch the outlet pass here. Pollard kicks it out. Pass. Look at LaFrance fill the lane in the middle. The bounce pass. The follow. That is great basketball.
Moore picks up the foul, and in fact, he goes out of the ball game. It is his first.
Boy, I love to see those big men fill those lanes.
Guys, give me the turnovers again.
We talk about running the floor. That's running the floor.
So there's a timeout on the floor. Let's take it with him. 11-3 KU. Will be right back. Kansas has jumped on top, and 3 turnovers by Nebraska, Larry, and it has resulted in 6 KU points already.
Well, you talk about the Nebraska slump. Look at the last 6 games. Their rebound margin is -32, turnover margin -15, and their record is 0-6. Now, those are total numbers in 6 games. While the turnover margin is not significant, the rebound margin definitely is.
And as we have discussed during the day, Larry, we were here for the shoot-arounds this morning. This is not a place to get well. I mean, it's just, you know, absolutely one of the most difficult places to play in college basketball, year in and year out.
Here they come with their half-court trap. Kansas is excellent at this.
Boone, deep in the corner. Got it blocked. I guess Pollard is the man who got the hand on it, and Hamilton came away with nothing as Pierce drives the lane, finger roll, and scores.
Second time in a row he's been able to get inside that Nebraska defense for an easy layup.
The last time these 2 clubs played, you saw the graphic we showed you a moment ago. He had 5 3-pointers, and he proves he can do it at either from the 19-9 range or take it inside on you. Strickland for 3. Vaughn battles for the rebound, still got it, and he gets it away. And the crowd is standing and cheering for his effort.
What an effort. Vaughn all over the floor. Elbows, hips, knees, everywhere. Watch him go to battle and come up with this ball. Diving, getting, throwing. Pass gets it. They don't finish it, but that was a great effort.
And his head coach was smiling even after the turnover, just for the effort that Jacques had put forth. Boone with the pass, quick inside, can't get it to go in the turnover. Markowski is the man that he wanted, who had come into the lineup after that last break.
LaFrance calling for the ball against Markowski.
Inside, Pollard battles against him, and Lou comes away with it. (13-3) if you just joined us. We've just gone under 15 minutes to play in his opening half. Shot is off the mark. Pollard touched it last. First sub of the night is going to be B.J. Williams. Will come into the lineup, the big sophomore out of Wichita. The officials in tonight's ball game: Scott Thornley is the referee. J.C. Leimbach and Bill Kennedy are the umpires in this one tonight. Pearson comes into the lineup. Sean, a senior, 6'5", 215, as Pierce gets a breather. Pearson working out front against Strickland. A 10-point margin already, and we are just now having played 6 minutes in this first half. Boone pulls up. Doesn't use the glass, can't get it to go. B.J. Williams tips it over to Vaughn, and they've got numbers on this one, 4-2. The lob inside, LaFrance unlucky, couldn't get it to go.
Oh, is that a nice pass? Look at Lou trying to make a bounce pass. Ill-advised there.
Turnovers now 5-2. Still 1%.
Kansas actually working the ball around this perimeter, then looking inside.
It's 5 turnovers now against Nebraska.
Cornhuskers still in that man-to-man defense.
LaFrance is fouled, and I'm not so sure he didn't catch a knee on the thigh as he was headed inside. That's going to be on Boone.
Ron, I don't know that I've seen a big man run any harder or play with more intensity than Rafe LaFrance. He goes up and down the floor. He's battling, always looking for an opportunity.
Pollard comes out of the lineup. He'll get a breather. Billy Thomas comes in replacing him.
See see what that defense of Kansas has been able to do to Nebraska. This is a club that was leading the Big 8 in shooting coming into this game.
LaFrance takes it up strong. Can't get it to go. And an offensive foul on Nebraska.
And the guy you would expect to be right there to receive that foul, Jock Vaughn, in great possession, and Boone ran right over him. Watch again. Look at Vaughn. Right there. Boone ran right over the top of him. Player control, and Kansas gets it back.
So LaFrance gets a breather. He goes to the bench with 7 points, 3 of 5 from the field. Points in the paint so far tonight, Larry, 12-0 Kansas. That shot well off the mark by Pearson. On the floor and touched last by Kansas. TJ Pugh, number 32 in the ball game also. They just keep bringing him in by waves. He's a big freshman sensation out of Omaha, 6'9".
So one of the strengths of this Kansas club, I think, is their depth. They could go down to about 9, even 10 guys.
On a regular basis, they are playing 11. Boone throws it away. Badgett was not there. He was starting to cut toward the hoop. And in turnovers, 7 now against the Cornhuskers.
A little miscommunication there. Nebraska needs a good defensive effort here. They're allowing Kansas to get open shots.
Billy Thomas can't get it to go. Sean Pearson is going to be called for the foul. That's his first. And the second team foul against the Jayhawks.
One thing, no one's had a whole lot of success in this building the last 2 years.
No, they really haven't. If you go back over the years, that sign up there is warranted. Beware the fog. Billy Thomas gets the steal. Williams goes back to Thomas. The bouncer inside, and that was kicked by Hamilton, and they're going to call a foul on Hamilton. Pushing violation, his first. 5th team foul against Nebraska.
Right, I think they called that on Markowski, another player underneath there who was battling as we watched Danny Nee. It's a source of frustration, their play right now. It's something he's been experiencing since last Monday when all of these problems began. No field goals in the last 6 minutes and 5 seconds.
Is that amazing? Under 12 minutes in this first half. Inside pass to Pierce. Played it smart as he gave the pump fake. Markowski's going to get the foul. 2 quick ones on him, and Pierce will go to the line.
One of the things I like about this Kansas offense is the fact that they do have some decent shooters. In fact, Vaughn is the best shooter on the outside. Jared Hass's shot has kind of abandoned him this year. He's down in scoring, down in his field goal percentage. Maybe he's lost a little bit of confidence in what he's been able to do. At least last year, he was terrific from the outside. Vaughn really has picked it up.
We talked about free throw shooting. Of all the things that this KU team has done, free throw shooting has not been their forte this year. Let's take a break. 14-3 our score. KU will be right back.
How fragile your job is, that the media, how powerful they are. One headline saying, should Danny Nee be fired, just ignited with, you know, the problems we had with our team, ignited it. And now I'm in a defensive position. And what I've done for 20 years in this business, I'm basically under attack. What I've done for 9.5 years at Nebraska, there's no consequence. That we graduate our players, that we do things right, that we have a good program, that we recruited good athletes. All of those things, that what I do with, you know, to fight against cancer, it doesn't matter, Larry. Coaches today, in my position, if you don't win, you're in jeopardy. That's what I know.
Thrown right here and touched by Billy Thomas, so the ball will stay with KU. The one point that he makes, Larry, that really strikes home to me, and I think all of us as journalists have got to accept a huge responsibility and be so very careful, because what too many people are like piranha and feed off situations that are of great controversy. And here's a guy that was early on, what, 15-4, and then 2 weeks later, he's not smart enough to be the head coach. That's really strong and a quick conversion and attitude.
Particularly after a guy who's been there and in his 10th year has won 179 games, and Danny Nee trying to do the best job he can, and through a breakdown in communication with his players, and that's something you work out internally. You know, you want to get together with your players, you want to sit down, communicate with them, and I think he's done that over the years.
Hamilton knocks down the free throw. The last field goal. Well, we'll check some numbers for you here as KU prepares to put 4 people back in the basketball game. Inside, B.J. Williams can't hold on to the ball, and it's going to go to the Cornhuskers.
Nebraska had gone to a 1-3-1 zone defense that time. The first time we've seen them in the zone tonight.
So the 5 on the floor for the Jayhawks. Calvin Rayford is in. Haas back in the ball game. Pollard, also Pierce and LaFrance. Badgett works against Pierce. Running jumper, has it blocked by Pollard, then puts the fake up, and I believe Pollard is the man who is going to pick up the foul.
Terrence Badgett with a pretty good move on that baseline. In fact, I think he was the beneficiary of maybe a mistake. He went to the baseline, kind of fumbled the basketball, but it was a nice pump fake, and Nebraska will get it back after a foul.
Pierce is actually the one that they gave the foul to. Second foul on Pierce. Blue almost lost the handle on it as Rayford was right there. Badgett along the baseline, can't get it to go. Hamilton, good work inside, and he'll score on the putback.
Well, that's a strong offensive rebound inside by Badgett. Nebraska doing a good job making a little comeback here.
14-8 to score, and the whistle inside. Yeah, Scott Thornley comes over and says something to Pollard.
Foul on 33 red. Yeah.
There's the foul committed by Hamilton as Pollard's trying to establish his position in here. Look at Hamilton point to Pollard and say, he was rooting me out. I don't think so. I'll tell you what, that is prized territory down there. That guy can get to that block first.
And when you got that many big, talented guys inside, then you know that you better keep them off balance or you're going to get scored on easily.
One of the things coaches always teach when you've got good, big inside players like both of these teams have, you try to establish that low post position. Pollard and LaFrance are excellent at that. Nebraska realizing it, trying to get there before they did, and Hamilton committing the foul that time, trying to get him out.
Pollard with his first 2 points of the night. And they got numbers on the quick outlet pass. Badgett over Pollard, and it looks as though that Pollard is going to be called for the violation. Scott Thornley made the call. He was right there.
Ron, that was excellent movement that time by Nebraska on the ball coming down the floor. Now look at this press. They throw over the top of it. 2-man basketball. Pollard comes over. He bumps Badgett, but it's still a foul, and they'll get 2. Excellent handling of the press. You beat it on the dribble, you can beat it with quick passes, or you can throw over it. Pollard with a little bump on the shooter.
First point for Badgett in the ball game tonight. Rafe LaFrance comes away with the rebound. 16-9 our score. KU on top as we're about to hit 10.5 minutes left in this first half. And Pollard puts up a left-handed jumper and gets it to go.
Yeah, Nebraska was back in that zone defense again, and they got it very easily inside.
4 points now for Pollard. Strickland with a pass inside. Pollard with a good defensive job as he touched the glass.
Watch the inside play here. Now Pollard's down there. See him establish that position? That's what I was talking about earlier. You get that position ahead of the defender, you're in a better position to get it up.
And you saw where LaFrance was as soon as the shot went up. He was covering one entire side of the hoop. Lou all the way to the hoop, but he scores it.
Oh, nobody there to challenge him. An easy layup, and nobody there from Kansas to even come after him.
First 2 for him. Haas, good look inside. And they lose it out of bounds. It'll stay with KU. So Lou goes to the bench. Tom Wald, he is a situation. He was a starter just as Terrence Badgett was a starter in every game except one last year, and they have been relegated to coming off the bench this year.
A tough situation for Wald, having the freshman come in and play the point guard, but hard to argue with Lou's numbers. I mean, he's got more assists than any freshman in the history of Nebraska basketball.
LaFrance stuffs it over the top of Moore, and he's got 9 first-half points. Strickland working against pass. Fall-away jumper not there. LaFrance with the outlet pass. 2-on-2 and a hash just tripped. Got it back to Robertson, and they'll save it. Pollard not there. LaFrance on the follow. Gets a third follow, a fourth not there, and then Pollard knocks it down.
They are absolutely destroying Nebraska. Boy, did Pollard and LaFrance go to war on that backcourt.
I'm anxious to see how many offensive boards are going to be given on that sequence, Larry. Could be as many as 5, couldn't it?
I counted 5.
Rayford against Wald. Sends it back to Pollard. Three-pointer on the way. Counted. Robertson knocks it down.
Watch again down inside. Here's the battle Nebraska's fighting. Look at LaFrance. 1, 2, 3. Pollard 4. Pollard 5. 5 offensive rebounds for Kansas. LaFrance and Pollard.
After that sequence, Larry, the number now has gone up. They've got 13 first-half rebounds to 12 for Nebraska. 25-11 our score.
Well, that time Moore and Garner really not bouncing up there with those two guys at all. They were standing there watching them go up.
Felt like they were kind of mesmerized by the entire situation.
Sometimes that happens. You know, you watch a guy get into it and you just kind of admire what he's doing.
Strickland, nice no-look pass, and they score with Garner.
Nice assist that time. Nebraska's back out of that zone now. They're playing straight man-to-man.
First 2 points for Garner in tonight's ball game.
Good job by Strickland to get through that screen to pick up Robertson.
Pass looking inside. The lob pass to Pollard, and he got it.
The big people are killing Nebraska right now.
Well, LaFrance has got 9. Pollard's got 8.
Yeah, they're just destroying them on the inside.
Pierce, Jacques Vaughn, and also B.J. Williams prepare to check into the lineup for KU. Garner has his pocket picked by Rayford. Pass for 3. Robertson inside, and he has it blocked by Garner. And Wald will push it up. And it looks like Garner is going to be called for the violation. So that's the 8th team foul on the Cornhuskers.
Watch the push now by Kansas. Rayford with the basketball on the right side. Look down the middle. Look to the left. There it is. Out beyond the three-point arc. There's the shot, short on the rim. But again, watch the Kansas follow-up. They are doing a terrific job off of the glass.
You know the thing, and I'll tell you, I'd like to hold on to that replay for a second. The thing that got my attention is Jerron Boone was almost walking back up the court.
Well, that's not what you need right now. Nebraska needs a little bit more hustle than that, down 14.
27-13, and we are about to go into the 7-minute mark. Moore falls away, can't get the shot to go, and Williams comes down with the rebound. Pass not there. Pierce on the follow.
Boy, everybody getting in the act on the offensive glass for Kansas tonight. Robertson, LaFrance, Pollard, Pierce, they're all there.
7 points for him now. That's 18 rebounds in his first half, and I'll be anxious to see the first half numbers to see how many of those are offensive boards, Larry. Wald, three-point range, not there. Pugh tips it back to himself, and here come the Jayhawks.
Nebraska not getting anything done on either end on the glass.
So let's take a break. 6:33 until halftime. KU by 16. Our score 29-13, and as I mentioned, Larry, that the Billikens were giving Cincinnati a little bit more than what they had expected tonight.
Ron, I think one of the toughest basketball conferences in the country, Conference USA.
You're right.
See right, St. Louis right there. Cincinnati, one of the better clubs in the country, really being taken to the end by a good Billiken club. Charlie Spoonhour's a pretty good coach.
Yes, he is. Vaughn tried to get the foul inside. Pugh had it, then had it knocked away as Moore got his hand on it. Wall with the outlet pass, and Boone can't get it to kiss off the glass.
Ron, it's one shot and out. Kansas is getting every rebound.
Pierce along the baseline, not there, and Wald comes away with it for Nebraska. Garner. And a foul on B.J. Williams. Big Monday presented by Bud Light continues. Colorado State at New Mexico. That begins around midnight tonight right here on ESPN.
I'll tell you something I'm going to keep an eye on with this Nebraska club. I want to see how many shots go up that have just one pass and how many of them have more than one pass. I've been noticing the last 4 or 5 possessions Nebraska's come down. It's been one pass and up or no passes and a shot. Very little ball movement in this Cornhusker club.
Good observation. And right now, they're down by 15 with 5:37 left in his opening half as Garner gets that one to go. Garner now with the 4 points on the evening.
Nebraska back in that man-to-man defense.
Pugh to Vaughn. Billy Thomas for 3. Oh, he was well off on that one. Strickland. Lou left alone. He'll put up the 3-pointer. Not there, and Garner inside, and Garner's going to be whistled for the foul. And that is his second. And the 9th team foul against Nebraska.
Let's go back and look at the missed shot by Nebraska and the follow-up down on the inside. Garner's got it, but he pushed off to do it. Pierce was right there to gather it in. We've got a 20-second timeout.
Well, more hoops tomorrow. Super Tuesday and a doubleheader. 7:30 for the Big Ten Conference. Number 7 Purdue is in Champaign-Urbana. This is a ball club that got Purdue at West Lafayette earlier this year. Huge win in the Big Ten Conference. Then at 9:30, Alabama at number 2 Kentucky. All tomorrow right here on ESPN.
All right, Ron, I guess maybe Purdue has assumed leadership in that Big Ten right now with that big win over Penn State over this past weekend.
It gave them a 2-point bulge, but remember this week they got to go to Champaign, and they also have to go to Bobby Knight's Indiana and play. So still got some tough stops to make.
Well, I had a chance to do that first Purdue-Indiana game. I'm going to tell you what, it was a bloodbath up there in West Lafayette.
And they'll put a little defense on you, won't
Yes, they will. Both clubs.
Yeah. 9 points now for the freshman Pierce.
Here comes that half-court trap again by Kansas.
Inside to do a nice job with it. Not only break it, but scores. Vincent Hamilton gets the 2. Good-looking freshman out of Forest City, North Carolina.
Well, look at Vaughn pushing.
4 points for Jacques Vaughn, and at the other end, in transition, Boone scoring for Nebraska. That's a great reversal, wasn't it?
Wow, that was terrific. Lou with a good steal.
14-point game, and they can make it 12. Strickland.
Nice
the look
pass.
inside, and Garner lost it.
Boy, Strickland made a terrific pass in there, and Garner couldn't handle it. Watch again, Jerron Boone coming from one side to the other. Thought he was going to get it blocked. Lays it up with a little reverse English, a little rim, and a lot of net. Pretty play.
10 turnovers now against the Cornhuskers.
Now Nebraska's gone back to his own defense again. They're in a 1-3-1. Kansas has had some difficulty from the outside this year. Vaughn being their most consistent shooter.
Defense looking inside, nothing there. Out high to get the screen and the penetration, and there's Pierce. Can't get it to go. He'll go to the line for a couple.
Well, one of the things if you're going to do play a zone defense, you cannot allow a point guard to penetrate a zone defense. Look at Jacques Vaughn. He gets so deep into that zone defense, he almost has his choice of players to pass to. He gets it to Pierce, who gets fouled, but you cannot allow a point guard to get that deep into your zone.
Foul was on Hamilton, and it's his second.
You know what? Big time hindsight.
KU tonight is 7 of 9 at the free throw line. Pierce is now 5 of 6.
It's a little bit better than what their average has been for the year.
Yeah, no question about that. 11 points now for Paul Pierce.
This Kansas club has one Achilles heel. I'd have to say it'd be their free throw shooting.
Strickland.
Nice.
Blue knocks down the 3.
Very nice. Strickland doing a nice job of running the club right now.
So Vaughn has it knocked out of bounds, and they're going to give it to the Cornhuskers as a break in
This year, Louisville, a little bit of a surprise after a disappointing start for Denny Crum's club. And boy, they turned it around.
You know, the thing that's really interesting about that Louisville club is doing it without Samaki Walker, and that team has really gelled and come together and said, we're going to get it done. We kind of got a mission here. We saw them against Memphis. They just destroyed them a couple of Saturday nights ago.
They really did. I had them last week against Charlotte and UNCC, and they played very well that night, although they won by 3, and the 49ers gave them a tussle.
Blue against Vaughn. Strickland, they get the double on him, which frees Garner. Boone for 3. Well off the mark, and here's Haas. Vaughn right there waiting for the pass. Quickly into Pierce, and he will dish it off, and he'll turn it over as Garner comes away with it. He was looking for Pollard inside. 6 KU turnovers here in the first half. Way outside.
Well, Strickland nails another one.
He's got 6.
Ron, he came into this game shooting 31% from three-point range. He's nailed a couple of long-range NBA types.
Now we're back to a 10-point ball game.
Nebraska's back in his own defense.
Vaughn passed up the 3. Pass won't. He'll take the three-pointer, and he knocks it down.
Maybe that'll give him some confidence to start shooting that ball a little bit more. Look at Louis pass. Is he quick up the floor?
Hamilton against Pollard. Unlucky on the shot. Garner, great hustle for the rebound, and puts it back.
One of the few times this first half that Nebraska's been able to go to the glass. Garner with a good, strong move.
6 points now for Garner. 18 first half rebounds for the Cornhuskers. Well, coming up at halftime, the Delta Faucet halftime report. Top Big Ten East battle. Number 6 Cincinnati struggles, and Dion decides. That and a lot more in the Delta Faucet halftime report.
Is there a week that goes by that Dion doesn't decide something?
.152 left until halftime, and a good round of applause for Pierce as he comes off the floor. I know it's coming down toward the end of his freshman season, but Pierce didn't come in here playing like a freshman. And Larry, this is your first time to see him in person tonight, and that's one of the things you commented about during the timeout.
Yeah, I think he's one of the better freshmen I've seen so far in this first half. He's shown me a couple of things. I like his quickness to the basket. He puts the ball on the floor and gets there in a hurry.
39-27. A minute and 40 seconds until intermission. Lou against Vaughn.
What a shot. What a shot.
He almost brought rain with that one. What an arc. He's got 7 first half points. A quick look inside to Pollard. And he really forced that one up over Nelson.
Nebraska pushing again.
And they can cut it under 10, and they do. And an offensive foul is called.
You know who's in the middle of that. Jock Vaughn right there to draw the charge. Watch again. Lou pushes it hard, but look at Vaughn. You just got to be aware of where he is on the floor. Defensively, he can get in there so quickly.
Vaughn does so many things. At the defensive end, you saw him scrapping on the floor earlier to go get that. Bad pass by Haas, and the outlet pass. Vaughn's going to be right there, getting back quickly, and he'll get the turnover. 10-point ball game as we hit 60 seconds left until halftime.
Looking inside.
Pearson, the turnaround jumper. He is fouled by Strickland, and he'll go to the line for a couple. Delta Faucet halftime report, and Chris Fowler and Special K. Clark Kellogg standing by back at the studio to bring you up to date on what's going on this big Monday. Robertson comes into the lineup, and Haas goes out.
The big game precede us tonight. Georgetown, Connecticut.
And you know, in that basketball game, with UConn falling, this Kansas team stands to profit as far as getting down to what, 2 weeks from Sunday. The committee has got to make a decision on who is seated where and where they're going.
Pollard with a nice tap out that time to keep the ball alive for Kansas.
And of course, this KU team, as good as they are, they're not out of the woods, and they still got the Big 8 tournament left as well.
Vaughn just taking care of the ball right now. Going to run some clock.
About 9 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Robertson there for three, nails it.
Great execution. Jayhawks got what they wanted. Oh, what a move by Lou. Oh, was he quick.
Goaltending will be called on the play, and credit Lou with the hoop. Boy, Larry, that step, he just went right by Vaughn.
I mean, you're talking about one of the best defensive guards in the country. Look at this move. Crossover, and Vaughn was looking at his heels. Oh, that was a terrific move.
So if anybody wants to know why the freshman is starting, that's his 9th point. Robertson, great pass, and Thomas couldn't get it to go. Nelson may have gotten a piece of that, and we are at halftime. And as they head to the locker room, Kansas 43, Nebraska 31. Chris and Clark, back to you.
Ron, thanks. You know, there are some skeptics move up in the polls and, more importantly, improve their seating lot. They lead the Huskers Jayhawks on the glass here.
Little buffet style, man. All kinds of seconds here, and Scott Pollard finally gets the dessert.
43-31, our halftime score. And Larry Connolly, of the 43 first-half points for the Kansas Jayhawks, 28 of them came from the mid inside in the paint.
Well, it doesn't surprise me. They've been strong all night long against Nebraska. Let's take a look at some of the highlights that we saw in the first half, and in particular, the way the play developed, I think, for Kansas on the inside, and a little bit better shooting for Nebraska on the outside. It was led by Eric Strickland, who had 2 for 2 from three-point range. He got it done out there. But here's what Kansas did to Nebraska. Strong power plays inside like that from LaFrance. But I think maybe the guy who was the highlight of the first half was Teron Lou. Watch this move right here against Jock Vaughn, one of the better defenders in the Big 8. He got it all done in the first half.
Well, as we look at the first half stats, 44%, 38 for the Huskers. Free throws, 10 of 14 for the Jayhawks. And in turnovers, 12 against Nebraska in the first half. And in fact, Larry, of those 12 turnovers, KU got 13 points off turnovers in the first 20 minutes of play.
Yeah, the only thing that was really good, I thought, for this club, Nebraska, was their three-point shooting. We opened the second half, and Kansas into man-to-man.
Lou deep in the corner, and all of a sudden he's in double figures with 12 points.
Boy, I like this freshman guard. Is he good? Got some quickness, can handle it, can pass it, can really push it up the floor, and it's just demonstrated, can shoot it.
Pollard waited too long. Good anticipation by Strickland. and he comes over and gets the turnover.
Hey, a basket here by Nebraska right now. Things begin to tighten up a little bit here in Lawrence.
Well, it's 8 turnovers in the ball game, and Moore well off the mark, knocks it away to Vaughn, and the Jayhawks push it back up. LaFrance.
Nice pass, Jock Vaughn once again delivering to the man who runs the floor about as well as anybody I've seen all year, Rafe LaFrance. Love big guys that get up and down. They can motor, and LaFrance is one of them.
Inside to Garner. Garner had 6 points in the first half. He gets that jump hook to go down. Last time these two clubs played, he had an outstanding night. He was 16 and 7, 16 points and 7 boards.
Very capable junior college player of the year. Look at the lob.
Pollard. Well, he lost the handle on the first one, so he tried to take it to the other side, and being left-handed was not an advantage for him that time. On the follow, Moore rattles it down.
Nice job by Moore to follow that one up. Lou pushed it. Here come the Cornhuskers.
45 to 38, 7-point ball game.
Kansas needs a hoop right here to reestablish their dominance.
LaFrance. Garner, I think, got a piece of it as he got bodied up taking it inside, and the Huskers come back, and they can cut this thing to a 5-point ball game if they score right here.
You know, Ron, you and I were talking at halftime about the Kansas runs this year in the second half. They didn't get out of the gate quickly here coming into this second half. It's been Nebraska.
Boone can't get that three-pointer to go down. The locals wanted Boone for a push-off with that left elbow. Pass for 3.
Continues his difficulties from the outside. Came into the game shooting 30% from three-point range. He's under that now.
If they get that three-point shooting going as good as they are inside. Nice dish to Garner, and he'll score the easy 2.
Ron, I got to tell you, Strickland's running this club. He did a nice job in the first half for about 8 minutes, and he's doing it again to start the second half, and the Huskers have trimmed that lead of Kansas to 5.
Moore outside working against Pollard, and had his hand on him, and he's going to pick up the foul.
Watch again. You see Garner with a nice move down inside. Strong move for Strickland, delivering to Garner on the other side. Strickland with a couple of big assists tonight. He's doing a nice job handling the basketball.
That's 3 fouls on Moore. First team foul on Nebraska here in the second half. Lou against Vaughn. Quickness against quickness. LaFrance with a turnaround, and he swishes it.
See, that's his advantage. Instead of taking it straight into Garner, he just needs to jump up and shoot it over him.
Now for LaFrance. Strickland. Bounces around. B.J. Williams knocked it over to LaFrance, and then over to Vaughn. And at the other end, Haas dishes it to Pierce, and he has it blocked by Moore. And on the follow, give it to Pierce.
Boy, this freshman is a quick jumper. Look at Lou. You talk about quick.
And a travel against Lou. And Garner comes over to him and says, slow it down just a little bit. We're playing out of control.
It's because nobody can see him. He's going so fast, nobody's a blur.
Well, we were talking about a 5-point game a moment ago, and now it's back to 9.
Jock Vaughn's going to slow it down.
Pierce against Strickland, and Strickland got him. That's going to be the second foul on him. Second team foul on Nebraska here in the second half, and you see Strickland and Moore conversing.
Eric Strickland, number 3 in the Big 8 in steals. Tried to get one right here against the freshman Pierce. Little, frustration. That's a frustrating jump right there.
Pierce has got 13 points on the night. He's 5 of 6 at the free throw line. Automatic tonight, only having missed 1. Freshman now with 15.
Kansas full court pressure. Watch Lou push. Look at him handle the ball. Look at the pass.
B.J. Williams with the block from behind. Garner lost the shot, but he comes up with the carom. And Strickland back to Lou in the corner for three.
Man, do I like this freshman guard.
15 points for Lou.
Can handle it, can shoot it, can pass it, and can defend.
That time it's Moore who got the block. B.J. Williams goes down on the retreat down the floor, and Lou lights it up from three-point range. 18 points for him, and folks, we have a 5-point basketball game. And Roy Williams is up and pacing the sideline. You can see him top of your screen and just shaking his head.
He's shaking his head trying to figure out what to do with Lou.
The pass inside blocked by Moore, and B.J. Williams.
Nice follow-up by Williams. He got a shot rejected by Moore, and he went right back at him for a second time.
T.J. Pugh about to check back into the lineup as the end of the pass goes to Garner, and he scores.
Well, both clubs scoring at will right now.
Well, they're now getting it inside to Garner as well, trying to take advantage of his talents from in close. And he's got some beef to throw around in there. Three-pointer by Haas, not there. Watch Lou push it up. 2-on-2 as Strickland feeds back out to Boone. And good hustle by Strickland as he dishes, but he bounce passes inside, and Pierce gets the turnover.
Good idea, bad execution after he got the ball.
Pierce for three. And LaFran's right there. Second timeout.
I don't know who called it. Roy Williams was upset. Did one of his own players call it? I'm really not sure what this is about because they stopped play. One of the officials signaled to us there was a 20-second timeout. I wish I could tell you what's happened. I'm not sure they understand out there right now.
Well, nothing but net on the Deuce tomorrow, 7:30. St. John's is at Miami. Then followed by #1 UMass at Rhode Island. Tomorrow on ESPN2.
Well, the question I've got is who's charged with the timeout? They took longer than 20 seconds.
Well,
if neither club got a 20 and neither team took a timeout.
I think he made Nebraska take a full timeout, Larry. I think that's what Roy was saying.
Well, we'll try to find out as quickly as we can.
Scott Thornley there visiting with both head coaches. Scott, of course, the referee tonight.
You know, to this point, neither coach seems to be upset, so I'm not sure exactly what happened. Well, we'll get word to you here in a few seconds.
Well, up on the big board, the official full timeouts left. None have been deducted, but you're right, Larry. That was... So no timeout was charged. It was a mistake by the officials.
Well, what had happened, they gave Nebraska a timeout when they didn't have possession of the basketball. The question I've got is how can both clubs go to their benches for a full minute, take the timeout, both of them, and referees take the responsibility for it. Nice deal.
That time he put a move on Lou, and Vaughn with 6.
I think Pearson's going to get that one on a reach in.
And I think the local folks wanted a travel call against Garner.
Well, you make the call here. Did he put down a couple of steps? 1, 2, 3. Yep, I think they got a legitimate beef. Very learned group of folks here at the University of Kansas about their basketball.
They've had a few folks here that been pretty big around this game for a while.
Well, anytime you drive up Naismith Drive and come to Allen Fieldhouse, it should tell you something.
And of course, the man you knew well at Kentucky, the man they call the Baron of the Bluegrass, came from this university.
Certainly did.
As did Ralph Miller, who coached so well and so long up at Oregon State. Fellow by the name of Smith. Chapel Hill.
1952 team.
Whistle and the foul away from the ball, and Garner is called for a hold on B.J. Williams. So Cincinnati pulls out the victory there, a 5-point margin over St. Louis tonight. So let's take a timeout. 57-49, Kansas leading. Snow committee will not have ordered anything special for 2 nights from now.
And congratulations to Bobby Crimmins, too. Looks like he's turned his club around at Georgia Tech. That big win over the weekend over Wake Forest puts them in a tie for first place in the ACC.
Well, that was a good ball game.
Excellent game.
Hugh, nice move to the hoop, couldn't get it to go, and it touched the in-line. It's going to stay with Kansas. Here's another youngster, Larry, that you don't get to see with that much playing time, but Hugh, you could see right there as he crossed over with the dribble. He's a very good athlete for 6'9".
Excellent. One of those players you like to have coming off of that bench, particularly when he's a freshman and know he's going to be around for a few years.
Billy Thomas over to Vaughn. Hugh trying to get free inside. He's having a very tough time as Hamilton working on him.
Huskers doing a much better job on defense, except that stop there. Nice move by Pearson.
Pearson gets the reverse and scores the 2. 59-49. Counts a hoop, and he'll go to the line.
Watch again underneath. Good lob pass. Hamilton with a catch. See the foul right there, the basket, and a good chance for Nebraska to pick up a 3-point play.
B.J. Williams gets the foul. Second team foul against the Huskers, or against the Jayhawks this half.
It's another one of those freshmen here in the Big 8. 6'9", 220, Vincent Hamilton. Out of that famed Oak Hill Academy program.
Unlucky in the shot, can't get it to go, and it's Hamilton who skies for the rebound. Strickland quickly pulls up to 14, not there, and Hamilton at the other end. Boy, talk about unlucky. That thing rolled all the way across the rim.
What a nice effort by Hamilton, the freshman, again in the middle of things.
Pearson. Called for the travel, so let's take a timeout. 11:53 left in the ball game. It is KU 59-52. KU on top by 7, and we have just under 12 minutes to play in this one. Scott Thornley came over and explained the situation, Larry, and it rare indeed. You just don't see it happen very often. And it's one of those things where officials work so hard at doing a good job, and Scott is one of the better officials around, but he came over and had to say, we're charged with the timeout.
And my question to him, I said, can you do that? He says, well, whatever the rule is, it's where the official can take control of the game, and we just did. We took the timeout, and we didn't charge anybody for it.
Yeah, but you appreciate him coming over and explaining, and it is a difficult situation, but anyway, no big deal. Neither coach is angry. Nobody got charged with a timeout, and the team's got a breather.
Kansas in his own defense. Looks like a 1-3-1. See if they try to trap out of this. Looks like it's going to be very passive. Straight up, choking off the inside.
Strickland wanted the 3. B.J. Williams was right there. Hamilton threw it. The cut had already been made by Badgett. And a turnover right here, and they had closed it to within 7 and could have closed it to 5. But the youngster just hesitated too much.
Nebraska playing much better defense this half than they did the first half. Extended defense, tougher on the ball, making it tougher to make the passes to the wings.
Thomas back to Vaughn, and Billy cuts in the middle. Just inside the free throw line, couldn't get it to go, and here's Hamilton to Lou, and Badgett kisses it off the glass from 10 feet.
Well, that's a tough shot, too. I didn't think he had the angle for the glass.
And not much arc on the shot. 5-point ball game as we're about to go under 10 minutes left to play in the ball game, and a foul called on Garner. He is for it.
You know, I'm trying to remember back in the first half. I think 2 or maybe even 3 of Garner's fouls are as a result of him pushing off and trying to get that post position inside. One of the things he's got to learn to do with that big body is simply use it even when the ball comes in. Now watch this right here. That's him, number 13. Now, I don't know about that. I think maybe Pollard just fell to the floor.
So Moore comes into the lineup, the 6'11" junior, number 32. Now, Nebraska's battling this number 5 ranked Jayhawk team. It was just a week ago today as Jacques dribbles it off his foot, and here's Badgett. Takes it away, he scores the hoop, and he'll have an opportunity at a 3-point play. Larry, just a week ago today that the mutiny, so to speak, came about. Team didn't show up for practice, and they're working hard here tonight.
But boy, are they playing right now. Vaughn loses the basketball, the turnover. Look at Badgett pick it up. This is a guy strong from the backside. Vaughn on the elbow. Nebraska with a chance to trim this thing to 2. Look at Danny Nee. Boy, he needs something positive to happen to him. The last 2 weeks have been tough.
Badgett gets the 3-point play. It is 59-57, KU by 2.
Looks like this Nebraska team has come together. They've decided they're going to play one of the top-ranked clubs in the country and play them hard.
Strickland came right up over the table over here, tried to save it, and KU will get the ball back.
Nice help by Moore on the screen that time, giving Lou a little help as Vaughn tried to go around.
The bouncer into Pierce in traffic. You see the double on him. Can't get it, but gets his own follow, and it's blocked by Hamilton. Into Pollard. Strickland blocked it, and they're going to call a jump ball.
You know what? That was a good play. The official was right there, standing, staring at it. Roy Williams with no argument. Strickland came from the backside to tie him up.
Rayford to Vaughn. Jacques actually had a 3-pointer, and he passed it up. Pierce for 3. He's well off the mark, but look who's there. Vaughn reverses it, can't get it. And on the tip, LaFrenge not there. And on the jump ball, it'll go to Nebraska.
A little booing going on, but I've got to tell you, from where I saw it, it was a good call by the official underneath.
Well, if you just joined us, it is a 2-point ball game. Kansas 59-57. They led by 16 points 7 minutes into the first half.
You got to credit Nebraska's team. They've really come together the second half. I'll tell you what's impressive to me is their defense. They really have done a terrific job on Kansas trying to get that ball inside.
Strickland downtown with that 3-pointer, and he gets a shooter's bounce.
Oh, my goodness. That was a launch from somewhere around Johnson County.
Pollard on the other end. KU back on top by 1.
Well, all of a sudden, we got a Big 8 barn burner going on.
This is an 11-2 run by Nebraska. Strickland.
Vaughn just keeps jumping.
turnover, and they got it back, and Hamilton tries to jam it home, and Pollard is there to block it.
Great block by Pollard on the defensive end. Boy, we get some great plays. Watch again underneath. Good pass. Watch Pollard come across. You know what? It almost looked like he had his hand up through the rim.
You know what? It did. We'll hold on to that and see if we can check it closer, but you're right.
I thought he got his hand up between the ball and the rim, but it looked like to me on second glance he might have had his hand up through that rim.
Alvin Rayford outside against Wall.
Look at Nebraska's defense. Inside, they're really battling.
Pollard for three. He's got 9.
Huskers need some composure right now. They got that lead. They need to keep on battling. Look at Vaughn on Strickland.
Strickland, you see Rayford come over with the help.
We're going to go back and show you once again. Now, watch what happens here. Watch Pollard come from the backside. Now, look at this. Look where his hand is right there. I think he's got it right on the rim. In the net.
So there's a timeout. We'll take it with him. 7:40 left in our ball game. Jayhawk has cut it to a 4-point game. And here's the Dollar Redekar storyline. Nebraska 55% field goals in the second half. Lou with 18 points. And for KU, 19 points off turnovers. LaFrance 15 points. But actually, he's been slowed in the second half, Larry, because it was the first half that he did the bulk of his damage. But he had 9 first-half points.
Yeah, he had 9 points and 5 rebounds at halftime. Nebraska with a chance to keep this thing close. Nice screen.
Boone for 3, not there, and LaFrance comes down with the rebound. He's got 9 boards in this ball game. In and out as the ball rat-a-tatted.
He who has struggled tonight for Nebraska has been Boone.
Yeah, he really has. He's only 1 of 8 from the field. Strickland way outside with that shot.
It's unbelievable how far he takes those threes. I mean, he is way beyond the arc.
Yeah, Boone is 1 of 8, and Strickland is 3 of 8 this evening. A little give and go. Nice move to the hoop. Reverse the shot. That'll be a no basket. I'm not so sure Moore shouldn't have left that alone. That might have been an opportunity for 3-point play.
Yeah, it could have been close. Looked like it might have been rolling off on the side. Watch again. Strickland with a good bounce pass on the inside. Let's see if Moore here, 32, follows it up. Yeah, it was on the outside. I'll tell you who's giving them good minutes tonight in Nebraska is Hamilton. Vincent Hamilton has had a terrific night.
Got 10. 10 points and 7 rebounds. Hamilton trying to cut this lead to 3.
And a violation.
Yep, lane violation against Pierce.
He stepped with that right foot. Kind of funny how he lines up. Look at the way he lines up with his back to the guy at the center. Look at this. See him right there? Now look at that. See the foot right there? There it is right there. He stepped right into the lane just as he was getting ready to go up. Look at that, how strange it is, how he backs up to the guy in the center position there of the lane.
Well, he misses them both. LaFrance gets the rebound for KU.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody line up at the free throw line like that.
I don't think I have either. LaFrance now with the double-double.
Nebraska in a 1-3-1 zone. Good trap in the corner. Good job by Strickland to get back in there and shut off Pierce.
Pollard Looking inside, goes back to Vaughn for three. Pierce goes for the tip, can't get it. Moore rips it away for the Cornhuskers. We're just being told that for the Friends, that's his 10th double-double this year.
Oh, big basket outside by Moore.
Moore from about 15 feet rattles it down, and it's a 2-point game as we go under 6 minutes to play in this one.
Dangerous cross-court pass that time by Pierce. It really was.
The Friends, what a nice reversal. Wow, 17 points. And Wald is called for the turnover, travel. That's 15 turnovers against the Cornhuskers.
Kansas with an opportunity now to build on that lead. A smart play right there to get Wald to step up. He turned around, saw the defensive player, and shuffled those feet.
Pass just inside the three-point line. Vaughn gets the turnover, and a foul is called on Nebraska's Badgett. And Danny Nee wants a 20-second timeout.
I tell you, nobody hustles more than Jock Vaughn. Watch this play right here. He's got the basketball, goes to the floor. Badgett just tackles him. Tom Osborne could have used that guy, I think, huh? Pretty good tackle.
Well, the last three games, the Jayhawks have struggled from the field. In fact, you were surprised at that when we were talking about that today and tonight.
Well, I was, Ron, and I think, you know, I heard Clark talking about it at halftime when we were listening in on their conversation up there, he and Chris, talking about the Kansas shooting from the outside. And I think they're right. I think they need a more balanced approach. And I think Roy Williams is trying to get to that, but you can see what they've been able to do as far as field goal percentage the last three games. 41% doesn't win a lot of games against good competition.
No, that's right. That's exactly right. What did that game up in Missouri that they lost? They shot only 40% in that one.
Yeah, but we're also talking about a club that is 21-2 right now, too.
Pollard.
Boy, their two big guys are so active in there.
Pierce, LaFrance, and Pollard. Yeah, Larry, they've got 30. They got 44 points between Pierce, LaFrance, and Pollard. Blocked by LaFrance. It'll stay with Nebraska.
Right, once again, watch the movement inside. You see that little screen by LaFrance to free Pollard? All he does is just step around it and look for approval from the audience.
We're under 5 minutes to play. 70-62. Nebraska had cut this thing to a 2-point margin just a moment ago after trailing by 16. Badgett knocks it down.
Nebraska's awfully good when they move the basketball and find the open man, and they did it on that trip.
Badgett with 8 points. Pierce.
How many times tonight have we seen him go hard to the basket like that, just into the paint, and either simply roll the ball off his fingers or get a layup? Look how quick he is to the basket. Good reach, and you can see the foul from the backside.
Hamilton with his 4th foul, and he heads to the bench.
Be a big loss for them. That young man played very well tonight as a substitute.
Yeah, you're right, Larry. 10 points, 7 rebounds.
Ron, one of the things I think you've got to understand when you play Kansas, if you're going to play Paul Pierce, you better be prepared to handle him when he goes to that basket. I don't know of many defensive players that could keep up with him, particularly if you're playing a small forward position with the type of quickness he has. You've got to back him away from that basket.
Tip right back to Vaughn. Pollard, Pierce tipped it, and then Jacques was there. About to go under 4 minutes left in this one. Kansas with a 2-game lead in the Big 8 Conference race. The bouncer deep inside, B.J. Williams. The travel is called on him.
You know, I think Mikey Moore kind of intimidated him that time. He started to turn around and go, and Moore's had a number of shots rejected or altered tonight. I think Williams somewhat reluctant to go up there and try to face up with him. Kansas back in his own defense.
Number 44 back in the lineup. Lou almost got caught that time as he suspended. Didn't really have any place to go with the ball. It was fortunate. Boone deep in the corner. Pollard saves it, and here's Haas. Vaughn on the wing to score.
Boy, what an athletic play. Good job by Haas to deliver the ball. Vaughn with an athletic move.
Well, you're right about Boone. He is now 1 of 10 shooting tonight.
You know, this may be a situation where Danny Nee may just have to pull him and sit him down, get somebody in here for this final 3 minutes. You're going to have some shooters going down the stretch. He's struggling. He is really struggling.
Pierce wanted the alley-oop, but B.J. Williams got the pass. Count it, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Once again, Jerron Boone from the outside. 1 for 10 on that miss right there, and then Kansas taking it to the other end. Watch Vaughn. Little look, pass. Williams strong move, and Markowski right in front of him.
So there's a timeout. Let's take it with him. KU back on top by 10. 2 minutes and 39 seconds left in the AP Top 5. UMass, Kentucky, UConn beaten tonight. Villanova 4 at KU 5.
Question now becomes, will the AP next week? Obviously, we have to wait until next Monday to find out again, but a chance for Kansas to move up. We got a long week ahead of us, too.
Yeah. Really a strong performance by Georgetown tonight. Very strong. B.J. Williams now with 5 on the evening. Just wouldn't go. In fact, it labored on the rim, came out.
But once again, it was Luke getting to the basket. The penetration, the depth of his penetration is amazing. He was so quick.
Scott Thornley is right there, and he said Hamilton knocked it away from you, and then you touched it last. So 12 turnovers, Jayhawks.
Nebraska's got to pick it up. I mean, they got 2 minutes left to play in this game. They're down 75-64. They got to start getting some baskets in a hurry.
Boone, good dish inside, and Hamilton was fouled by Pollard. That'll be the second on Pollard.
Once again, they're moving the ball, and Boone, maybe recognizing that his shot's not going, starting to pass the ball and finding the open man. It was a nice job by Boone to get it inside, and the freshman Hamilton back to that free throw line.
B.J. Williams goes out of the lineup. Hamilton at the line with 10 points, 7 rebounds. I don't know if that one was going to make it, Larry. They was kind of listing.
Never heard of a foul shot listing before.
Well, I had neither, but I mean, I had never seen one do what that one did. It looked like an overswing and a drive. It was just peeling off to the right and fading. Pierce goes to the bench. Good round of applause for him. 15 boards. are 8 boards and 15 points. Trying to take Vaughn away. Now they're going to have to hurry to get it across, and they do in okay time. Hass at the other end with the jam. Wow, what an explosion. He's got 8.
That was a leap.
And a timeout is called by the Huskers. Led by 16 in the first half. Nebraska cut it to 2 here in the second half. But the Jayhawks have pulled away. Strickland nails the 3, and Vaughn is injured.
I didn't see what happened when he went to that baseline. I saw Strickland pop out to the wing with nobody on him. I couldn't figure out why. Then I saw Vaughn go down. All right, watch the lower left-hand portion of your... There, right there. Oh, he got nailed. That's what happened. He got picked, got screened underneath.
Looked like Vincent Hamilton got him.
Kind of looked like he might have gotten a little hip-to-hip action there as he made the cut on the baseline.
Well, coming up on Sports Center, Steve Levy and Dan Patrick standing by, remembering Charlie O, Barkley's record mark, and also Deion's future. All of that and more on Sports Center immediately following our ball game. Mark Cairns, the basketball trainer, was out there immediately to look over Jacques Vaughn, and he appears to be okay. Maybe just some cobwebs.
Hard to tell from the angle that we just showed you exactly what happened. Watch it again. This is a better angle right here. Watch Hamilton. Oh, yeah, he just simply nailed it. That's an illegal screen. He turned right into him.
So there's a timeout on the floor. Let's take it with him. 77-68. We'll be right back. All right, stay tuned for Colorado State and New Mexico. And, of course, that is immediately following Sports Center.
Now, that is a faithful ESPN watcher right there.
For sure. Know the format and everything. Timeouts, Nebraska has 1, KU with 2. And the Jayhawks also have 1 20-second timeout left. And the team fouls. Next one on Kansas will put Nebraska in the bonus. Hamilton with a foul, and of course the KU fans wanted an intentional, but that's going to be 5 on him. So Hamilton will leave in an outstanding night. 11 points and 7 rebounds off the bench. And the round of applause right now was the fact that Jacques Vaughn is back.
Say, if you love the game of college basketball, you got to love to watch this guy play.
Also the applause for LaFrance, who goes out of the ball game. 17 points and 10 rebounds. 10th time that he's had a double-double this year.
That is some terrific sophomore right there, I want to tell you.
Boy.
Talking about LaFrance, obviously. Jared Hass is a junior.
Jared now goes into double figures. He's got 10. Good heavens. This is a 26-footer.
Oh.
Am I exaggerating?
No, not at all.
Strickland with the foul with 56.5 seconds left.
Teron Lou with another long-range shot. Well, he and Strickland have really thrown up some bombs. Look at this. I mean, he is way back there. I mean, you can't expect Haas to expect him to shoot from that far, that range.
All 5 starters for KU at double figures tonight. Pierce with 15, LaFrance 17, Pollard with 12, Vaughn with 11, and Haas with 10. Kind Kind of doing it by committee tonight, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know, this club, all of Kansas basketball team, coming into this game, their starters all averaged in double figures. They've got a lot of guys off the bench very close to double figures. Not surprising to see what they've been able to do.
Roy Williams stands up and says, let's take it to four corners here and run the clock out. So Strickland fouls. It's his fourth.
All right, I guess Kansas is going to move up and win their 28th in a row at home now?
Yep.
Beaten in 2 years.
Sports Center coming up next immediately following our game. Points now for Jacques Vaughn. He's got 7 assists on the night and also has 5 rebounds. Here's a home winning streak. Coppin State 38, 30 for Memphis. Texas Tech in there. And this is going to break the tie. KU and Texas Tech.
Oh, what a year Texas Tech is having, huh?
Tell you what, James and his kids deserve a lot of credit. He has done an outstanding job out there.
And we're talking about James Dickey, the head coach of the Red Raiders. I tell you, a lot of people still don't know about those guys. I think they may surprise a lot of people come March.
Very solid club. They really are.
Jason Sasser's some kind of player, isn't he?
Yep.
I think maybe Nebraska's going to just give it up.
Jacques Vaughn looking up as the clock goes down. I think there is a difference. Yeah, the shot clock went off, and then there's the buzzer. Final score. KU wins it by 10. They were up by 16. A valiant effort by Nebraska as they came back and cut it to 2. But it was the 5th-ranked Jayhawks who come away with the victory, 81-71. Ron Franklin saying so long, everybody, from Lawrence, Kansas. Sports Center.